Sometimes, a single letter can hold the power to change everything you know about your life. A few lines written on paper, words you weren't prepared to read, but words that change your world forever. What would you do if one day a mysterious letter appeared at your doorstep? No sender, no clues, just a message that reveals secrets long buried, truths that shake your reality, and twists you never saw coming. In this video, you'll hear the incredible story of such a letter, a life-changing revelation that altered someone's path forever. We'll uncover the hidden events behind it, reveal shocking twists, and explore a journey that will leave you questioning. Could this happen to you? Stay with us until the end, as we share not just a story, but a lesson. One that might change how you see your own life and the mysteries surrounding it. Welcome to our channel, where we share the most compelling stories and hidden truths from around the world. If you enjoy videos that blend mystery, drama, and lesser-known events, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Now let's dive into the story of the letter that changed everything. This intro hooks the audience by setting a mysterious and suspenseful tone, gives them a clear reason to watch till the end, and encourages them to engage with your channel seamlessly. Our story begins with an ordinary person. Let's call him Daniel. He wasn't anyone extraordinary. Just like most of us, Daniel lived a life of quiet routine. A simple man working a 9-to-5 job at a small office, returning home to his modest apartment, and spending evenings lost in a book or watching TV. Daniel had no grand ambitions, no wild adventures. He found comfort in predictability. Days passed like any other. Wake up, go to work, finish the day, come home, and repeat. It was a cycle so familiar, so repetitive, that life itself began to feel like background noise. Nothing out of the ordinary ever happened. But then, one morning, everything changed. It was a day like any other, until Daniel heard the faint thud of mail sliding through the slot of his front door. There it was, a letter. A plain, unassuming envelope with no sender and no hint of what lay inside. He almost ignored it, but something about it, a strange weight, an inexplicable pull, compelled him to pick it up. Little did Daniel know, that letter would unravel his world and reveal secrets he wasn't prepared to face. What could it possibly contain? Who sent it? And why now? The answers were coming, and they would change Daniel's life forever. It was a crisp, quiet morning, no different from the hundreds before. Daniel shuffled through the usual junk mail and bills without a second thought. But then he noticed something unusual. A plain white envelope with no name, no return address. The paper felt old, slightly crumpled, and the ink on his name looked handwritten. Something about it tugged at him, a sense of unease mixing with curiosity. Who would send me this, and why now? At first, Daniel hesitated. Was this a prank or a mistake? He stood there for a moment, staring at the envelope as if it might speak. The room seemed to grow quieter, the air heavier. Finally, he tore it open. Inside was a single sheet of paper. The words, though neatly written, hit him like a punch to the chest. They were simple, yet full of weight. A truth he wasn't ready to face, a secret no one had ever spoken of before. The more he read, the tighter his grip became. His heart raced. This can't be real. Can it? What Daniel had just discovered would send him on a journey he never asked for. A journey to uncover answers, confront his past, and perhaps change his future forever. But before he could make sense of it, one thing was clear. Life as he knew it was over. This letter was only the beginning. Who sent it? What were they hiding? And why had they chosen now to reveal it? The questions burned in his mind, and Daniel knew he couldn't ignore them. The truth was out there, waiting to be found. Daniel sat down, the letter trembling in his hands. Each word seemed to echo louder in his mind as he reread it, hoping it would somehow make more sense the second time. But the message remained clear and shocking. The letter spoke of events long buried, secrets Daniel had never known existed. It revealed a connection to someone, or something, he had never imagined. A relative he had never heard of, a family history deliberately hidden, or perhaps a betrayal kept in silence for years. He couldn't shake the feeling that this letter was more than just paper and ink. It was a thread, one he had to follow, no matter where it led. "I need answers," Daniel whispered to himself. From that moment, his ordinary life began to unravel. He started searching for clues, old family photos, dusty documents tucked away in drawers, conversations with people who might know something. Each step led him deeper into the unknown, revealing fragments of a story he hadn't been told, one that others had worked hard to keep hidden. But the more he uncovered, the more the mystery deepened. Each answer seemed to bring more questions. Why was this secret kept from him? Who else knew? And what were they trying to protect or hide? Daniel's world, once so predictable, was now spiraling into uncertainty. He felt both afraid and determined. What happens when I finally learn the truth? He wondered. What Daniel didn't know yet was that this journey wouldn't just reveal a hidden past. It would change his future in ways he never expected. And as the pieces of the puzzle slowly came together, one thing became certain. This letter had arrived for a reason. And that reason was far bigger than he could have imagined. Days turned into nights as Daniel's search for the truth consumed him. He pieced together fragments of information like a puzzle, chasing answers that always seemed just out of reach. Old letters, forgotten journals, and whispered stories from distant relatives all began pointing towards something much bigger than he had imagined. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and shadows filled his room, Daniel stumbled upon a name mentioned in an old family document. It was someone unfamiliar, yet unmistakably tied to the letter. Without wasting time, he began digging deeper. A call to an estranged family member confirmed what he feared. There's something they didn't want you to know. The voice on the other end hesitated before revealing a detail that sent chills down Daniel's spine. The truth Daniel uncovered wasn't just shocking, it was life-altering. It wasn't just a secret, it was a revelation that turned his understanding of his family and even himself upside down. But there was more. As he pieced together the final clues, Daniel realized that the letter was not a warning, nor was it an accident. It was meant to find him. Someone, somewhere, had made sure this truth would come to light at the exact moment it was needed. The weight of the discovery pressed on him, yet it also brought clarity. Everything I thought I knew, it was all built on something else. With the mystery nearly solved, Daniel stood at a crossroads. What would he do with the truth? Would he confront those who had kept it hidden? Would he forgive? Or would he let the past shape his future? One thing was certain. This letter had changed his life forever. And though the journey had been painful, it was one he now knew he was meant to take. Sometimes, the truth finds you, even when you're not looking for it. And when it does, there's no going back. The weeks that followed were filled with reflection. Daniel had uncovered the truth, but it wasn't the closure he expected. The answers he had been searching for weren't just about understanding his past. They were about understanding himself. He realized that this letter, this mysterious piece of paper, was a catalyst for something far greater than just family secrets. It was a journey into the heart of who he was and who he was meant to be. As Daniel faced the consequences of the truth he had uncovered, he also saw a chance for redemption. There was no going back to the life he had known before. He couldn't unlearn what he had discovered, but he could use it to shape a future that was true to who he was becoming. The letter had forced him to confront not just the hidden truths of his past, but also the truths within himself, his fears, his doubts, and his potential for growth. The past doesn't define us. It shapes us, but it doesn't control us. It wasn't just a letter. It was a turning point. A reminder that sometimes life has a way of sending us the answers we need at the exact moment we're ready for them, whether we're prepared or not. Daniel learned that change is inevitable, and while it can be uncomfortable, it's also necessary. The letter that had arrived so unexpectedly now felt like a blessing in disguise. Without it, he might have remained stuck in his predictable life, unaware of the potential for growth, healing, and new beginnings. And so Daniel made a choice. He embraced the unknown. He forgave, he learned, and he moved forward. The journey had changed him in ways he couldn't have anticipated. But one thing was clear. Sometimes, the unexpected twists in life are the ones that shape us the most. The most powerful moments in life come not from answers, but from the courage to face the unknown. Daniel didn't just find the truth in that letter. He found a new version of himself. And that, he realized, was the most life-changing discovery of all. In the end, it wasn't the secrets revealed by the letter that mattered most. It was the journey that unfolded afterward, the journey that led him to embrace change, to forgive, and to find peace with his past. The letter had opened a door, but it was Daniel who chose to walk through it. And so, as he stepped forward into the future, Daniel understood something that had eluded him before. The power to transform our lives lies not in the circumstances we face, but in how we choose to respond to them. Every twist, every turn, and every challenge was a chance to grow. And in that growth, Daniel found his true strength. Looking back at everything he had been through, Daniel finally understood the truth behind the mysterious letter. It wasn't just a message. It was a key to unlocking a new chapter in his life, filled with lessons he never could have anticipated. He learned that sometimes life doesn't give us what we want. It gives us what we need to become who we are truly meant to be. The letter had forced Daniel to face hidden parts of himself and his past, but in doing so, it had sparked a transformation. He found strength in his vulnerability, courage in the unknown, and peace in the pursuit of truth. Daniel's journey wasn't about solving a mystery. It was about discovering himself, one piece at a time. It was about learning to walk with uncertainty, trusting that every step forward, no matter how small, was part of a greater purpose. Now, with a clearer vision of the man he had become, Daniel was ready to embrace the future with an open heart. Whatever lay ahead, he knew he was ready. The letter had done its job. It had changed his life. But it was now up to him to decide what came next. And so, with a sense of finality, Daniel stepped into the unknown once more, not as the man who had received the letter, but as the man who had been forever transformed by it. The road ahead was his to walk, and with every new step, he was creating a life that was his own. As we come to the end of this incredible journey, Daniel's story leaves us with an important lesson. Sometimes, life gives us unexpected twists that change us in ways we never imagined. The letter that seemed to unravel everything ended up being the catalyst for his transformation. It teaches us that even the most unexpected challenges can be the ones that push us toward the person we are meant to become. Thank you for joining us in this journey of self-discovery and growth. If Daniel's story inspired you, or if you've experienced your own unexpected revelations, let us know in the comments below. What has changed your life forever? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories of transformation, mystery, and life's hidden truths. Until next time, remember, the path to growth often begins with the courage to face the unknown. Stay tuned for our next story, and as always, keep seeking the answers that change your life.
they'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never